The longshoremen and women have ended their strike. I wonder if they got a good contract. Let's listen to Live Now from Fox and see what they say.
I'm Andrew Kraft. Thanks so much for being with us here on this very busy Thursday. We're a little past the top of the hour. It's a new hour, 4 o'clock here on the West Coast, 7 o'clock there on the East Coast. We have breaking news that we want to get to right now. You'll remember if you were joining us on midnight on Monday, October the 1st, when those port workers went on strike. They went off the job onto the picket line. We are breaking in right now because the parties have reached a tentative agreement here. We have live pictures. I'm going to bring some of them up here, not only in New York, but also there at the port of...
That is amazing. A 62% wage increase. That is amazing. Amazing. First of all, let's just look at that number, 62%. If a longshoreman, if let's say they starting off making $60,000, I don't know how many years that could probably, let's say that's about 6 years, over 6 years. That's a 10% increase per year. If you factor that in, the first year, that's 66,000. Then the next year, 66,000 times 10%. That's what? 72 something, 72.6, something like that. Then the following year, you're looking at close to $80,000. That's year 3. Year 4, 88. Year 5, you're looking at 96, 97,000. By year 6, they're making over $100,000 as a longshoreman. Now, one thing that you have to understand, when you have deals like this, they had to have given something up. So automation is going to come in. Now, I don't know if they're going to stop automation, but let's be honest. You're going to have to force a lot of people to not work or to either retire so that you can get new people in without automation. That's just my idea. That's my opinion. But let's see what they have to say.
Savannah in Georgia as well. Well, this is what we know. The union representing those 45,000 striking U.S. dock workers at ports up and down the eastern seaboard and the Gulf Coast. Well, they have reached a deal with the U.S. Maritime Alliance to suspend their strike until January the 15th to provide time to negotiate a new contract. That's according to a person briefed on the matter to Fox here. So the strike is over for now. There's this 90-day window for talks to continue. This is tentative at the moment here. If talks break down past January 15th, presumably the strike will go into effect. But they have bought themselves time here. The union, remember, the International Longshoremen's Association, will resume working immediately, at least until January the 15th. The agreement...
They're not going to strike again. They're not going to strike again. If the companies are going to agree to give them 62%, remember they wanted 77. That means that it's about what? Maybe 20% off of what they asked for. So you're telling me that if you can get almost 80% of what you asked for, that's a damn good deal. That is a damn good deal. Okay, plus, now I don't know, like I said, I don't know about the automation and stuff like that, but we'll see. We will see what happens.
Agreement will allow both the union and the U.S. Maritime Alliance, which represents both the shippers and the ports here, time to negotiate a new 6-year contract. So the person to the Associated Press also said both sides reached agreement on wage increases, but details were not available here. Fox Business, though, does have the details. If no full deal is reached by then, by January the 15th, the offer that is on the table right now, that offer is a 62% wage increase. That hike will be pulled from the table if in the interim they cannot still agree on this here. This is a condition.
They're not going to be dumb enough to say, all right, we're not going to give it out away. Because let's be honest, automation is going to come through. There's no way that you're going to stop automation. It's 2024. All right, you cannot stop it. Automation is gonna come through. That's the way it is. You can't fight it. You can try to hope to say that, oh, let's continue doing things like we did in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. No, times have changed. So you have to make sure that you get with the times. All right. I would suggest that a lot of those older longshoremen start training newer longshoremen and longshore women that can come into the job and can make money. Don't hoard the money for yourself. Do what you got to do for the future. That's what's needed to be done for the future.
Offer. It's been made to the ILA. The ILA has accepted this right now. 62% wage increase here. Not entirely sure if they have agreed or not on some of these other concerns these dock workers had, like the threat of automation to their jobs, also some with regard to their retirement plans as well. This is what we know right now. The deal reached only matters right now with their base pay, with their wages, and they're getting a 62% hike. It's on the table, that offer, for the next 90 days here. In the meantime,
take the offer. Take the offer, because that's damn good. Let's be honest, like, I'm a teacher, okay? So the offer that they gave us was about 21% increase, maybe 25%. Let's be honest, if you can get a 62% increase, let's just say if it's over 6 years, because we don't know how long it's going to be, but let's just say over 6 years, that is a 10% increase in pay per year. Per year. You have to understand that. What companies is giving that? You held them by the balls. You had them. Now you're able to get something good. But here's the thing. You got to give up that automation. I'm telling you, you have to. Do not strike again. That would be the worst thing that y'all would do. You got them now. They gave you a good 62% increase. Take it and say, all right, let's figure out, maybe instead of 100% automation like they're trying to do, let's say they phase it in. Let's say they phase it in 10% per year, okay, over the next 6 years, or maybe 15%, whatever you can do, so that you can be able to have things working, and you can say, okay, you know what, jobs, yes, they're going to lose jobs. It's going to happen. People they're going to either lay people off, or people are going to retire and they may not replace them. But so what? You have to figure out and say, how can we do this so that you can go into the future, you can modernize and do what needs to be done. I commend them for getting that 62%, and it is very, very good. I'm glad that the strike is over, okay, because I even said to myself, I hope that this strike does not last into late October, November. It only lasted 3 days. Shoot, not even 3 days. 2 days. 2. And you had so much panic buying and people doing all types of craziness like this was COVID, because people don't really think. I'm glad that the union bosses said, you know what? No, this can cripple the country. So we have to do what needs to be done. And they only ended it in 2 days. What I think is going to happen is you're going to see a lot of people trying to return these things. All right, because you have so much panic buying and overbuying and this, that, and the third. You're going to see that people are going to try to return them. Oh, you know, I really don't need it. Well, you should have never bought it at that time. But I can understand the thinking that they had. All right, because I was even thinking of, like, should I buy certain stuff? But I'm like, nah, I got enough things to last me, you know, into the foreseeable future. But I'm so happy that this ended. I'm happy that they agreed upon the wages portion, which they're getting a 62% increase, which is just unbelievable that they got that. And I hope that they agree on saying, listen, automation is going to happen. We're in the 21st century. We're not in the 20th century anymore. We have to do what needs to be done so that truckers can get their goods on time. Truckers could be able to go on the road. They could be able to make money. And the stores could be able to have the things that they need for the American consumer.